Who is Robbie Williams and why is he a monkey? Let's talk about it. Better Man tells the story of the meteoric rise, dramatic fall, and remarkable resurgence of British pop superstar Robbie Williams. I'm going to expose myself here. I'm American. I know, shocker, right? But I am being serious in saying that I didn't know who Robbie Williams was before this movie existed. And I'm pretty sure 80% of the US didn't know who he was either, because his music never really blew up here compared to his home back in the UK, where he has become the #1 solo artist with the most albums going #1 ever. And before Taylor Swift took the record, he gained a Guinness World Record for selling 1.6 million tickets in one day for his main tour that he did. So he is actually a huge mega artist. He's one of the most known artists, one of the most popular artists in the UK and probably in other places, but not in America. So us Americans didn't really know who he was. You know, the funny thing is on TikTok, when these ads play or YouTube, all the comments are like, who the heck is Robbie Williams and why is he a monkey? You know, that's how I felt when I saw the trailer. I was like, what am I looking at here? Why is he a monkey? Who is this guy? Because, you know, for biopics, we only get him about, you know, we gotten one, Elvis, Queen, Elton John, he's a very famous man too. But, you know, Robbie Williams, he isn't really known here. So it's interesting that they're trying to push this movie so hard here. But so I went into this movie and, you know, everything was so fresh to me. And I honestly just had such an electric time with it. It's interesting because half of it seems to be like a paint by numbers biopic, but the other half is some of the most ambitious things that you will see, not because him just being a CGI monkey the whole time, but artistically, it took a lot of risk. And I would have, you know, I would never have expected to love this as much as I did and have this much of a good time with it. But here we are with me gushing over this movie, and I cannot wait to see it again. It's directed by Michael Gracie, who a lot of you will probably not know by name, but he directed The Greatest Showman, which turned out to be a big box office hit after it gained a lot of long legs. If you remember, when it came out, it didn't have a big opening weekend, but it just lagged out for like 3 months before, you know, movies were pushed to digital like in a week or 2 weeks now. Movies didn't get pushed to digital back then that fast. And I actually think that The Greatest Showman, I think, is a pretty good movie. I really like this one, but he does such a good job with these musical numbers. Michael Gracie, man, with these musical numbers, he just gives them a massive pep. He puts a pep in his step when he's making these musical numbers. He handles them extremely well, and he makes them, you know, large, and makes them, you know, have a large setting and has these long musical numbers that just keep going, and they get so entertaining, so electric. And he also does an extreme job with letting the sad moments linger and hit you very hard, because it did work for me. I teared up to this one sequence because it was a very emotional sequence here, and that's surprising to me because I didn't even know who Robbie Williams was before this, and then he got me tearing up in one of the most saddest sequences in this movie. And he's supposedly directing the Tangled live-action movie after this one, if that ever comes out. But I do kind of want Michael Gracie to just stick to doing musicals because he makes them so entertaining. To stay on the topic about talking about the music, how the musical sequences were top-notch, have some very artistic direction to them. You know, we got to talk about the CGI monkey stuff. He's a CGI monkey in the movie. Robbie Williams is a monkey in the movie. He's the only monkey in the movie, so don't worry about some other monkeys. And, you know, some people are questioning why he did this. I was questioning too, but I saw a clip after I saw the movie, and Robbie Williams, you know, wanted to be a monkey in the movie because he sees himself kind of like a circus monkey, kind of just flying around the stage, just doing these crazy things when he's performing. So he kind of sees himself as a performing monkey. And, you know, with that kind of explanation, I feel like it works better. And I feel like if you go in a movie kind of expecting that, then you'll have a really awesome time and you won't be kind of questioning as much. And, you know, I really enjoyed this music in this movie. I really enjoyed pretty much every song in it. And it's also interesting that Robbie was in a boy band in his teens, like 16 to like 19 or something like that, before he became a solo artist. And I liked how this movie showed how much Robbie suffered from depression, substance abuse, and him battling his self and past demons. The way it shows him overcoming his past demons was very unexpected, but I'll say it's very cool and it wasn't shy on its gore. With your cast here, you of course have Robbie Williams, you know, in the whole movie. He's the main star here, and Jono Davies played Robbie Williams. I think he did all the motion capture, or most of the motion capture, for Robbie Williams as the monkey. And I think he did a great job. You know, he's just flying around the screen. And I was like, this movie has some cool wonders in here, cool musical sequences, as we said. Direction was top notch. Robbie Williams has such a wonderful voice, man. He does really good at these like pop electric songs, but then he has a great voice for the sad songs. There's one sad song in here, just will stay on my playlist the whole year. I thought it was just a crushing song, but both of them gave such amazing performances. With it being about 2 hours and 15 minutes, I think the pacing works pretty well. It does start a little bit slow, especially if you don't know anything about him. And I think there's a little bit too much focus on Robbie as a younger boy in this one. I felt like that, you know, biopics focusing on a whole person's life isn't really my favorite thing for them to do. So maybe you could cut some of those moments out, cut maybe 10 minutes of those out. Could have worked a little bit better, but also the younger Robbie moments do help sell the emotional moments in the latter parts of the movie. So, you know, it's a good thing and a bad thing, but I think some people will be a little upset how slow it starts, but I think it finishes really strong. Overall, Better Man starts 2025 off in a great way, and hopefully the rest of January is this good. I wasn't familiar with Robbie Williams, but count me in as a huge fan now because his music is brilliant and his story was equally heartbreaking and electrifying. The musical numbers and set pieces are so much fun, and the artistic style that they went for here really paid off as it stands on its own. And yes, him being a CGI monkey was freaking awesome. I'm gonna give Better Man a strong 8 out of 10. If you did see Better Man, leave your own thoughts down below in the comments, and I really do recommend that you see this even if you don't know who he is. This was just an electrifying and fun time. It's a great movie, so go out and see this one. And if you did, leave your thoughts down below. As I said, if you did enjoy this review, make sure to leave your like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.